managed to get her hair into these bunches. Hello, it's Layefa. How are you? So we are still on Blacktober, and seeing as it is Black History Month, I thought it would be a really good idea to give you a hair update and talk about my hair. You know, hair is such an integral part of being a Black female. It's a big part of our culture just because of the type of hair we have, you know, it being kinky, coily, curly, and there being a lot that goes into it. And lately you guys have been seeing me wearing wigs and weaves. This is just a one-off. So if you're here for hair, this ain't gonna be permanent. But if you want to see what I get up to, then definitely subscribe. So I washed my hair. I'm just gonna take it out. I washed my hair 2 days ago, and I put it into this low, this low bun because I wanted it to dry naturally. Massage your hair. I haven't looked at my hair or dealt with my hair. I'm a bit like, I don't really know what I'll see when I unravel it, and if my eyes wander off, it's because I should probably just reposition my mirror. My hair's due for a trim. I've been experiencing a lot of shedding since having my third child. I never experienced postpartum shedding before with the first two kids. I would put it down to the fact that they were boys and this child was a girl. I've heard from a lot of people. Comment below if you've experienced that as well. Like your shedding varies depending on the sex that you have. And don't be surprised. Sometimes it could be like you might not experience shedding. Sorry if the light keeps changing. And I noticed when I was pregnant, my hair was very, very full. I remember people used to say, like, ask me about my hairline. A lot of shedding around my edges, which you probably can't see right now because I have used edge control. So this is what's going on with my hair. Probably looks a little bit flat. So the length of my hair has probably plateaued a little bit because I'm not actively trying to grow it, and I'm just trying to sort of retain thickness. My wash days have reduced because I'm wearing a wig more. You know, I just haven't had the time as much as I would like to. I am shampooing and I'm giving myself a good treatment, either deep conditioning or, you know, a hot oil treatment. I haven't used onion for a while just because I feel like now would be a good time to start using onion again because of the hair loss that I'm experiencing. I'd love to know, comment below, what's your hair length? So is it collarbone, tail length, or what's your hair length and what is the shortest it shrinks to? I'd like to know for like just information, like is it, especially if you have like 4C hair, because you see my hair now like this. When it shrinks, I'm telling you, my afro, you've seen the videos, my afro literally is about that big. It can shrink to so short. But I just did a little bit of Snapchatting and not really saying anything different to what I'm going to tell you now. This is what the back looks like. I know you lot love length checks. So this is the front. This is what the front is looking like. That's quite long for me. I usually don't have my fronts that long. I'm just going to pull some hair from the back. Okay. Oh, I have to sit up. This is what. That's what the back's looking like, and then I'm just gonna pull random hair from the side. This is what the side is looking like. Okay. So that's a length update. What products have I been using? Just recently got this. Can you see that? Is that in focus? I just recently got this black castor oil edge control. Still using black castor oil in my hair, and guess what? I got my husband using it as well, and I'm telling you, it's working. Like, it's having a more effect on him than it is on me, but he's been very consistent and frequent with I've also been using this. I know some people have got, you know, a lot of people have said Sheer Moisture is cancelled, although I do feel like the formula has been watered down a lot. And I found this big tub and I thought, yeah, I'm going to use it. This is Sheer Moisture leave-in conditioner. It's to strengthen and restore hair. I hope you can see that. I got it because it's a big tub and I thought, oh, this will go a long way. I keep my hair very simple. I think that's the key to hair growth. Just keep it simple. Like, even with the products you use, the less the better. You don't have to go OTT. This is what my hair is looking like at the moment. I still do have hair underneath my wigs, thank God. Look who I've got here. Yes, little princess woke up. Adesua has just woken up out of her sleep, so I thought I will turn this into a mama and baby hair update. Look at her hair. I managed to get her hair into these bunches. This is like a go-to style. I feel like this is a go-to style in the African community. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when your daughter's hair is short, to be honest, I used to do the boys' hairs like this as well before I cut their hair. I think I cut their hair around 2. Okay, I digress. Let's talk about her hair. I haven't been doing much to it, have I? I've been on the hunt for, you know, the little elastic bands for ages, because the ones that I've previously been using, they just snap. They're so rubbish. So I got a pack the other day from, I think it's from Sleek, and I don't know if it really makes a difference, but usually literally within the hour of doing her hair, they all snap. And look, I've still got all the little bunches here, so that's good in terms of styling. If they don't snap, then I can do her hair like this for a while until it gets longer and it's easier. And usually when I want to take it out, I just sort of like cut it out with hair scissors and try and be careful not to cut her hair. Yeah. And you've seen me on a day to day, she usually just has like maybe 1 or 2 bunches at the top, like little puffs at the top, and then her hair's out in a fro. So this is what her hair is looking like. Initially I thought, oh, you know, her hairline isn't that great, but her mother doesn't have the best hairline in general, and she's got a big she's got a big forehead, don't you? So her hairline obviously starts a little bit back. And let's just look at the back of her hair. If she's so into the camera. I don't use any products in her hair at all, not even I haven't started using even the kiddie product. I just feel like it's a selling ploy, like just to sell stuff. I think by the time I start using products in her hair, I'll just try and use like natural stuff, and maybe stuff that is natural for me that I think I can put in her hair, but I haven't started using products. So when I wash her hair, I generally you're gonna think I'm mad because she's got a bit of dry skin. I use AQUAMAX instead of regular soap, and so I literally kind of put that in her hair as well, almost like a co-wash. Put that in her hair, give her hair a good massage, you know, to stimulate the blood cells, and then I rinse it out. And I'll also do the same with coconut oil, because we have a lot of coconut oil in this house. Yes, we do. So I tend to do the same with coconut oil. I don't use, and then rinse that out again. And because her hair gets washed on a daily basis right now, well, it always gets wet on a daily basis, not necessarily washed, but on a daily basis. I haven't started using any hair products in her hair, but comment below if you know you have a baby around her age and you've started using hair products. What sort of products do you use? Because I don't use any products in her hair right now. And I'd love to be able to part her hair and do these really intricate patterns, but she's only 8.5 months old, so we're not really on that level. It's not as like on my side of the family. I want to show you the back of her head. Okay, there you go. Can you see that little there? It's usually a bit more gappier than that. Can you see that? So obviously, because of how she sleeps, it's a bit bald there, so I'm not worried about that. I think that will just take time, and when I mean time, I feel like it will take a few years for that to grow in and even out, so I'm not worried about that. I know a lot of parents get worried and then they cut their baby's hair and then it does the same thing, it grows the same way. It's just that's just the nature of it, because there's a lot of friction there, and so the hair will tend to be a bit more coarse in that area. So I'm not worried about it at all. I'm not worried about it evening out or anything like that. I'm going to give her a good few years before. Yeah. I don't know what the liquid is called when the baby's in the womb that makes the hair nice and soft. It's still very soft. It's starting to come into that. It's not quite at that kinky, coily stage yet. I think, again, give it, I don't know, I'll say give it a while. That's a little hair update. This is how I'm styling it. I'm not using any products in her hair at all. Even coconut oil, I don't really class it as a product. I just rinse it out. She doesn't seem allergic to it. She seems fine with it. Then I'll just bunch her hair up like this. What else? I don't really have that much to add because I'm not really doing very much to her hair. I know a lot of people's concern is the back of the hair where, you know, the baby sleeps. She sleeps on her back. So it will take time to grow in. I'm not concerned about that at all. Oh, that's a little bonus for you. A little mama and baby hair update. I didn't expect her to wake up so soon, but that just shows that I've been rambling for so long. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If this is your first time watching, I usually make sit down chatty videos, and I also do weekly family vlogs where I share bits and pieces of my life with my children. If that sounds right up your street, please do subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Until our next video, think smart, work hard, make it happen. Bye.